Hey, 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 hey! Welcome back! Um, Chitty Chill and friends are back on the air, and all those who are happy to be alive and breathing the fresh air, wave your hands, raise them up into the sky, wave hello to the sun and the clouds that are passing by. Look outside the window, smile at the people pass, say hello to the green grass and the trees and the birds, and don't forget the bees, because life is good. And here in Wisconsin, we got some good cheese. I was driving recently down to Plymouth on Highway 43, and then there's an exit towards Plymouth. I was going 43 north towards Green Bay, and I stopped by the cheese store. It was called Cheese Store. Yeah, a lot of cheese. Real good stuff. Delicious. If you guys love cheese, stop by up there. You can get some interesting varieties. Um, let's see what else has been good. So a few months ago, I went down to the mountains in the Aztlan, a little bit towards Madison, about a half an hour away, and there I went to a ceremony, a sacred Native American ceremony that was dedicated to Mother Earth. And not just the Earth Mother, but the Mother principle in general. And not just the Mother principle, but the principle of womanhood. An interesting thing that I've learned up there is that back in the days, back in the days, men and women up here were equal. Well, women were actually the ones who were choosing the chieftains and people who run things, because wisdom is a feminine quality. So, um, when the white settlers came and they wanted to hold certain talks with the Indians, let me just call them Indians. So I can call them Native Americans, but it's one word. Indians is a one word. But when the settlers want to talk to Native Americans, uh, the the Indians came bringing their wives and children. It's like, yeah, we're gonna talk. We're a family. We're gonna talk. And the white folks were like, no, you're not. We're not talking to them, ladies. What kind of ladies' job is cooking and cleaning and not talking about um, war and business and land and all that stuff. So, unfortunately, a lot of those ways settled into the mainstream of the people, and now women are not as respected like they should be. A woman is such a precious and beautiful energy. It's a damn shame that the society does not acknowledge the yin quality of reality, because the freedom of thought. Would you like to stop by and say a few words? My show is about people and art, and it would be really wonderful to talk to such a beautiful person as yourself. I'm pretty sure you've got something to say. Please, just stop by.
I like the way you just talked about women.
Ah.
I think we are beautiful.
You are.
Within our hearts. We are beautiful. It's not the look, it's
No.
what you express.
Right.
You know, that's important. But I just like what you said, and I just had to look at you.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I guess I'm catching the by walkers stairs, and I'm glad that people appreciate that. What I gotta say. What I gotta say. I had to. I had to learn. Well, you don't really learn that stuff. If you look at life, and you look at your mother, you will see the unconditional love that she has for you. And if you look at Universal Mother Earth, you can see that the unconditional love she has for you. But unfortunately, we don't have this love for the earth, and we dig it and we hurt it, and it's not like it's not our fault. It's not Earth's fault that there's certain things. But from what I hear, is that nowadays, nowadays we got the people who have created a weapon of mass destruction called HARP. They can make earthquakes and tsunamis, and supposedly it's a laser that enables to heat up the earth core deep within, and as the earth core heats up, it expands, causing earthquakes. So basically, it enables the United States to just pinpoint anything and blow it up from the sky. It's a super weapon that's rather secret. It's one of the new generation of things. Hey, check out Mike's news show. It's, I think, Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm not sure. You gotta look up on the schedule, but he's got a lot of different. He does a lot of research on very interesting things. I was listening. He's at a show about chemical waves that are being sprayed in order to control the weather, and it is a real deal. I always thought that, like, no, it's just the way things are, it's just a byproduct of planes flying. But no, it's some stuff that people are spraying, and it's been documented in different protocols. He knows more about it than me. I just listened to parts of his show and read a few articles on the internet. But if you're interested in knowing what's going on, tune in and find out. My show is more about the beauty of life than the horrors. So, how can one know pleasure without knowing pain? If you only know pleasure, then how can you exist around other people who do know pain? Everybody is just passing by life, living our lives, going through the motions. Are we aware of the people around us? Are we aware the people that we talk to? How much are we aware? What do we know about them? Usually, from what I perceive, is that what you see is what you get. If you take a closer look at human beings, not just human beings, but all beings, and that's animals and plants. If you look at plants, everybody and everything communicates to the world. Everything that's inside is shown on the outside in subtle forms, in subtle ways, in subtle moves. So yesterday I went to watch Snow White movie at UWM. Got invited to watch there by Ken King, and I saw the movie about for 15 minutes. It looked pretty good, but after 15 minutes of watching the movie, I left and decided to join the presentation of some kind of illusionist, or that's what I was told, in the neighboring hall up there on the third floor. And it wasn't actually an illusionist, though it sort of was. It was it was a mentalist. His name is Wayne Hoffman, and he did some amazing stuff. Like, totally blew my mind. I don't know how authentic some of that stuff was, because I think some of it was magic and some of it was mental tricks. But right now, Mike is here. He's gonna talk for a little bit while I'm gonna go get my coffee.
All right.
Okay? Can you take over for a minute while I'll go get a book?
How's the mic level?
Huh?
How's the mic level?
It's okay.
All right, give me your headphones. You got a headphone?
No, I don't. It's alright. I raised it
all right.
up. Yeah.
All right, all right.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Just
Chill Chili, taking a break. You need
for
some
you, too.
coffee.
I got a break.
And then we're going to talk to him about some exciting news coming up. All right, let me see here. Trying to put the headphones on. Chill Chili likes to work without the headphones, but buddy, let me tell you, I'm a headphone guy. All right, there we go. Definitely. Okay. I hope you guys have been enjoying Chill Chili today. By far one of my favorite shows. Good afternoon. I'm Michael Wordsworth, and if you've heard of Breaking Down the News, then you've heard me rap. It has been an incredible week. Sorry, we missed you yesterday. Actually, it was Labor Day, and I figured, hell, who the hell's listening to the news on Labor Day? Can't blame me, can you? Besides, I took some time off. It's important to be grateful for every moment we have. The beautiful sunshine. Summertime is a commodity here in Milwaukee. We all know that. So it's important to enjoy it. One thing about my show, Breaking Down the News, I'm bringing you headlines that should have made the front pages, information that quite frankly is depressing, but you really should hear about it. And we try to have a lot of fun with it. We really, really do. There's a strange irony. There's a strange absurdity to the news today that can only make one just crack the F up. And indeed, Chill Chili back in the house here. I understand it's important to get the coffee. What are you talking about today, Chill?
Well, I was gonna talk about a mentalist that I saw yesterday.
A mentalist?
A mentalist.
What is a mandolin or a mentalist?
No, that he read people's minds, and he done some really amazing, well, to my eye, things. Because I don't know if there were illusions, magic, but
Well, let me ask you, how did he say? There's a, it's just so funny. Harry Houdini was actually a big fan of mine when I was a kid. And there's a lot of really, really good systems to do the mind reading game. A lot of guys have made their living in Vegas doing this type of thing. One of the things, without you even saying anything, did he say, did anybody fill out any forms or any kind of promotional event things or anything before they went into the theater?
well, he was giving out something to people to fill out. Yeah, he did. I didn't bother looking at what he was giving out.
Well,
And,
in any case, did he have an assistant?
No assistant.
No, no assistant.
He was by himself.
He's flying
And there was a
solo.
bunch of EWM, mostly freshmen.
Huh.
Yeah, and the show, how he started is he made a paper airplane, and he threw it in the audience, okay?
Okay.
And this kid, he got the airplane. So he came up, and he was asked the question, okay, so if you were on vacation, where would you like to go? And the kid goes, Florida. And everybody's like thinking, why Florida? And then it's like, which which city? And he says like some weird Trencio, some weird city I ain't never heard of. Starts with a T. And then he was asked, okay, so you imagine that you got to Florida, right? You're going to your hotel room, and you open up your room, and in the room, which number does the room say? And the kid says 305. That's what he saw, you know, in his imagination, I guess. And this mentalist fella, his name was Wayne Hoffman. Now he took the airplane, right, that he threw out. He opened it up, and that's what the airplane says. It says Florida, that city starts with a T, and the number 305.
Indeed, indeed.
I was like, holy schmoikers. And then this kid, right, he says like, hey man, your shoe's untied. So the guy looked at his shoe. He says, oh yeah, what do you know, it is untied. He wiggled his foot, and his shoe got tied.
He wiggled his foot and his shoe was tied.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looked like some really cool trick. If it's a trick, I want to learn it. It's the coolest thing ever.
Indeed. And
It was so cool.
magic can be very entertaining. It really can, especially when it's done well, can it? That sounds like a lot of fun. Where was this at?
EWM.
UWM.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. It was free?
Yeah, it was free.
How can you beat it?
It totally blew my mind. I was gonna go. I went up there to see that Snow White movie,
Right.
but I didn't see the movie. I saw the show. The show was much better than the movie. Look at that! Like this next trick, man. Next trick. He got two girls on stage, right?
Right.
Not assistants or nothing. Like two freshman girls. First, he made them stare at each other and remember the way each other look.
Okay. The girls didn't know each other.
No, they were like friends.
Okay, they
So
were
they
friends.
did know each other.
Okay.
He wanted somebody that's more or less connected. He was talking about twins and how twins feel each other. Then he told the story that the Guinness Book of Records founders were twins. And when one of them got shot and killed somewhere in New York, the other one, at the same moment, they collapsed holding the chest. So he said that he was interested in this phenomena of twins, some kind of a connection being between twins. He also gave an example of some kind of twins that didn't really know each other until later, but both of them got married to the woman by the same name and had the kid by the same name too, and both of them wanted to flush the toilet before they did their thing.
Really?
Yeah. So this is what happened. He got those two girls, right? And the girls, they looked at each other. There goes Dave Lucas. Yeah, Dave is passing by. So the girls look at each other, and then they closed their eyes, and he said that like, and now I'm gonna connect their auras. So he did some things with his hands and stuff like that, moved his hands around, and this is the funny thing, like this interesting thing. He took out a feather, and he brushed the feather on one of the girl's arms. Then he asked, okay, who felt something, like, you know, which one of you felt something brush on the arm? And both of them felt it. And then he took something like a stick, and he poked a girl in the back, you know, and both of them felt it too.
Oh my goodness, this is incredible.
Okay. Now the other thing is even more incredible than this. Now I don't know what happened there, okay? Because he took a marker,
Right?
and he drew a circle on all of the girls' arms, okay? And both of them felt it. But later on, he talked. He opened their eyes and all that stuff. They were talking, and then he says, "Okay, so let me see that circle." And the other girl had it.
Incredible.
I didn't know what to put out of it. I didn't know. And I was like, I was dumbfounded.
Hey, chill, not to digress here, but you know the tabloid, the newspaper you were talking about?
Yeah.
Do you have one?
Yes, I brought 2 of them.
Oh, freaking A, that's so
Yes.
exciting.
Me and
me
Mike
see.
were talking about the possibility of starting a River West
Yeah,
radio, River West alternative.
Everybody's
news
excited about it. Let me see the black and
All
white
right.
one.
This one is the one that my dad issues. It's 12 pages.
12 pages?
Yeah. 12 big pages. See those big pages?
Wow.
Each page is like 4 pages. But I don't think the it can be coming 1/4. It can be either like this or half of this. So if you fold it in half, it can be pages like that.
Pages like this, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Just like the Shepherd Express or something.
Yeah, yeah. But as you can see, the paper is better quality.
I kind of like the big one. It's a big,
This is like a real
ostentatious, crazy ass paper, you know?
Mhm.
It's like they used to be in the old days.
Now look how much space there can be, you know.
So this is
It's
12
all
pages.
cartoons.
You said 16, but this is 12?
Yeah, I said 16 because I messed up.
Okay, okay.
But I think it comes
12.
with 6. Yeah, I don't think they from what I know, they don't do less than 12.
Okay, but you can do, how much for 1,000? Did you get prices?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
It's written up there.
Is it? Okay, cool.
It's written on the newspaper.
All right, man. Thank you. I can take this with
Yeah,
me?
you can take this. And I got another one. Now this newspaper
Okay.
is a Chicago's weekly newspaper. Okay.
Okay.
Now this can be like a monthly thing for.
And this
like,
one's full color.
Yeah. Well, no. Only the cover is full color.
Is this something
But
your
for the
dad
couple of
printed?
pages, huh?
Your dad printed this one.
My dad printed the one that you're holding.
But he can do this one?
This one is being printed by the company that does that one, because he doesn't put it together.
How much is it? How much is that one?
Well, it's free.
No,
to
no,
distribute.
you don't have printing prices on it?
No, for this one, no. Because this is a Chicago's newspaper.
Right,
so
right.
they have much different everything.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we could start with this, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's like it doesn't make sense to start with something big,
Doesn't.
and this is big enough, you know.
No, this is definitely. I mean, and you got a template all ready to go with it.
Mm-hmm. Template is made. Everything is made.
I mean, look at all the.
It's not hard to make, you know. The girl, well, she's a professional lady actually. She's been doing this all most of her life, but it takes her about 3 hours to put this one together, 3-4 hours, and she puts it all together. But she already has the previous things, and you know.
Hey, Chili, I
This,
think
hmm?
I gotta get taken off actually, but
Yeah. All right. Well, I just wanted to
yeah,
talk
definitely.
to you and give you this one too.
Well, yeah.
To see, this can be the future. It can be publicized, like sent all over the country and the world, you know.
How much is this though?
To print?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, here the thing is, what about glossy?
Glossy stuff?
Yeah, how much would glossy be?
I don't know. I don't know. Because if it was glossy, then it's gonna be already a magazine, not a newspaper.
Yeah, right.
You know? Yeah.
That's it.
Because it's
Yeah,
different.
I can't.
No, you can keep that.
Well, yeah,
both
I'm gonna
of
have to
them.
pick it up because I'm on my bike. I don't want to carry all this.
Okay. Well, leave it bikes off.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah, leave it bikes off so you'll know where it's at. Because I don't want to carry it and then I'll have to look for you to give it to you, know. So
All right,
that's
yeah.
why you always
I'll
know where
just
the
take
bike is.
it,
Like,
yeah.
oh, you-
See, if you're doing a once a month thing, this would be probably pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I think monthly, 12 pages. Everybody gets to say something. Whoever wants to say something, and there's space, you know, for advertisements and promotions and.
See, yeah, the guy that I was talking to you about being the art critic for it, he said that he'd like glossy pages and make it prestigious. And I was thinking like a fucking I was thinking like a newspaper, you know,
Yeah.
not like a.
No,
I don't know, like, not like a magazine.
Alcoholic, yeah. He's
I
talking
don't know,
about-
but then I see the Chicago one. This is pretty pimping here. It really is nice.
This is quality paper. This paper itself is better than.
Can you find out how much those cost?
glossy stuff.
Like how much would that cost? No, no, the one that's like the Chicago one.
Chicago one.
Yeah.
But that's. You see how big it is?
It's expensive, huh?
It's huge, man. It's so big because this is Chicago, you know, and the whole world like they put ads in there. The name of the Chicago's one is actually a commercial, like an
okay.
ad. It's
I
an
see.
ad. So there's a lot of ads up there, and of course the news and whatever. else
Well,
is
maybe
there.
we'll start with the smaller one. I don't know, man. It's kind of like it always.
Yeah, you know, start small, and then when time comes, it can be small and big. You know, it can be local and international.
Yeah.
But the possibilities are endless, and you know, I think that if we're gonna start, we're gonna try out, see how it happens, and then
Well, yeah, and at those
Gotta
prices,
lead.
I mean, we'll see. You know, we gotta get somebody to underwrite it. You know, but thank you. I gotta take.
yeah,
off.
yeah.
It's
Thanks for
no,
coming
I was
for
just
me.
thinking about you when I walked by, and then
Yeah,
you were here, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay, so.
maybe you're a mentalist too. You made me appear
you,
here.
You mentalized me. Man. Take care. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All
take
right.
care. Peace out.
Peace. So yeah, the mental world of illusion is a reality. The guy also guessed cards, and he guessed pets' names. Well, he had different styles of finding out people's thoughts. Um, it was an amazing thing, and he did convince me in this reality. So I still have some little doubts, but I did meet another mentalist. He was hanging around the the safe house, the bar, the safe house, the spy bar. Unfortunately, he's not there anymore. He passed away. But when he was hanging around, I did talk to him a few times, and I did see what he was doing. And he asked my friend to write on a piece of paper her grandpa's name, and he guessed it. And with me, he gave me a card to pull and asked me to memorize it and think about it. And at first, I wanted to know how it works, you know. So I was playing with him. Instead of thinking of one card, I was thinking of a couple of cards. You know, in my mind's eye, I picked, let's say, Queen of Spades, but in my mind's eye, I pictured Queen and King of Spades. And he was like, you know, I cannot really say which card you're thinking about, because I have a couple of cards. If you can just focus on just one card. And I'm like, oh wow, the guy is really doing it. So I focused my mind on just one card, and he guessed it. Well, he didn't guess it. Maybe he guessed it. Maybe he read it. I don't know what he did, but it was cool. Another cool thing this Wayne Hoffman did he took a camera. He took a camera from one of the guests. No, not guests. One of the people who attended the show, and he also got some guy with a regular watch, not an electronic watch, but a regular one, and mean bagel, cheese bagel, delicious. So he got them standing somewhat close together, not too close. He himself, he stood also close, but not too close. They were never touching or anything like that. So he put the camera in a bag, and the watch also went in the bag. Then he waved his arms. He waved his arms, and I saw like a little kind of a flash go off from the camera. Something happened. Something. And um, and what happened after is when the watch was checked, the minute and the hour clock they moved. They moved, and that's what's his name. His name was, he said that he took the energy from the camera and used it to move the hands of a clock. I thought that was very cool. Afterwards, there was a little time for questions and answers. So I asked him what interests me. I asked him what he really do. What was his thing? What happened there between the watch and the camera? And he says, "Oh, it's my secret. I'm not gonna share it." I'm like, okay. Then I asked him if he believes that it's possible for a man to levitate and walk through walls. And he says no. He don't believe it's possible. He believes it's nothing but tricks. But me, I think it's possible because the Hindu texts talk about it, the Buddhist texts talk about it. Supposedly the stuff is one of the superpowers people get once they attain a high level of mind awareness. That makes sense. It makes sense. Just to me, it makes sense that if you believe things hard enough, if your mind is there, then by the works of holographic theory, by the works of quantum theory, you know, you can make things appear and you can move from one place to another because everything is interdependent, interconnected. And another thing, I was thinking how it was Indians, this Native Americans. This week, I went to a sweat lodge. So I was talking recently, like a little earlier, that I was to Aslan for the mother ceremony, and up there I met a bunch of really good people. Usually, really good people go to ceremonies, and by really good I mean people who are friendly, people who love life and earth. More like you and me. We're good people. People who are not that good, I'm not saying they're bad. They're just not as good because they choose to ignore their good side. Other politicians, just most of them. Yeah, they choose to lie and destroy the land. And well, I don't want to talk too much about it because it's kind of depressing. But meeting those people, I got invited to go to another ceremony-like event. It was actually a fundraiser for the Indian runners who run from Canada into Guatemala. They run from Canada into Guatemala by different routes, and it's like a relay race. So we got a van that's following there, and somebody is running for a mile or two, and then they get tired and somebody else starts running, and they get tired, somebody else starts running, and people join them in different cities and run with them for some time and maybe go all the way or maybe go back home, depends. But once every 4 years they pass through Milwaukee, and this year this what happened, and I got invited, so I went to this fundraiser. Their cause for them running is actually water and preservation of water. Because water is important. We're made out of 90% of water, if not more. Water is life. All life needs water. And how this race started is that at some Indian reservation, which the land belongs to Indians supposedly, because that's what their reservation is. But the government kind of temporarily forgot that fact and sold the water from reservation to a private company. And people did not like that. They said, well, how could you sell something that's not yours? And now there's court battles and all that stuff, which is really, really sad. Well, that's what's going on. Yeah, the Native Americans are really, really hurting. The government is really disrespectful. But the beautiful part about all these ceremonies is that people, they don't focus on that. They don't focus on being suppressed and being that. They focus on be loving. They focus on the earth and preservation of earth, and I've never seen anything negative at these ceremonies. And I haven't been, I've only been to a few. Back in the days, I used to go to sweat lodges by the viaducts on the south side. And those sweat lodges were more political. There was like a political thing. Which is also good, but, you know, I think that sweat lodge is a spiritual thing and not political, so it's a good thing to separate yin from yang, separate this from that. You know, politics are dealt on a table, and inside the sweat there's the things of the spirit. So, yeah, up there at the fundraiser, I met some more good people, and I found out about the sweat lodge a little later through a new friend, and so I came and I saw, and it was wonderful. It got into my bones. I went sweating. I felt so close to earth that it changed my perception. I don't look at plants with the same eyes anymore. Now I'm looking at trees and people and feel much more connected. Because it's a mental thing, you know. When you get those euphoric experiences where you transcend your ego and you see yourself as a part of the world. That the world is you and you are the world, and there's no separation. You're part of this universe, and the universe is all in your consciousness. There's a lot of love is being born. Not born, but because it's already there. It's just your mind loses the chains of self-preservation, you know, the preservation of ego, not necessarily self, but the ego preservation, you know, are chained by, the heart is chained by this, me, what about me? And as the chains drop, your consciousness and your heart opens up to the beauty of life and the beauty of death as well, because life and death, they're one and the same. There is no life, there is no death, there is just that which is, and that is beyond concept, but it is there. It is definitely there. So yeah, life is good. Life is good. It's 4:10 p.m. now, and I think I had enough talking about what I've done this weekend. We're gonna continue with reading a book that I started some time ago. The book is called Bhagavad Gita, and we've read 10 chapters already. So now we're gonna go into 11th chapter, the 11th teaching, called the vision of Krishna's totality. And Krishna is a personality of Godhead. This is a book. Many people see it as a historical book. I see it as a myth. Because the reality is really hard to describe literally. Man has invented a myth, legend, and all legends, they kind of show the same truth, but they use different words, they use different stories. And in this version, the God is Krishna, a blue fella who conquers all the demons and is loved by all the girls. And so he's a lover and a fighter. Om Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Means hooray for Krishna, Krishna Krishna, hooray, hooray, hooray for God, God, hooray, hooray. Hare Krishna people who are what's called devotees of Krishna, they sing this chant and they dance and they go into their ecstatic trances. Well, I've been to a bunch of Hare Krishna gatherings, and they do their dances. They get pretty happy because, you know, if you're dancing ecstatically, it's a joyous, happy feeling. But I never seen them go through real trances. I myself, I started dancing about 5-6 years ago, and that's the thing about dancing, you know. If you know how to dance and you do follow the dances, you can only do so much. You can only do what you know. But if you let go of mental constrictions that you put to yourself, you know, if you let go of what you know and just be with the rhythm, be with your body, be with the movement, as in one movement begets another, and it's not necessarily thought of, it just happens. It's an effortless thing, it's a free thing. You get chanced out, sort of, because you start thinking about what you're doing. You just start moving, and with good balance skills and good inner strength, you know, like you can you know, you can bend on flags and stuff like that. It's not you can create the most amazing dances. I've been doing Tai Chi for 5 years, and Tai Chi has really improved my groundedness, my attraction to earth, and I totally love it. I get into really weird things. Like yesterday, I was just dancing before the performance of this Hoffman fella. I was just dancing on the side for myself because I had a few minutes and they was bumping some music, and I was just dancing because I love dancing. And the guys, they said, "Oh wow, you dance so good. Go on stage and dance." So I went on stage and danced, and they said that they might call me again if they want someone to open for the next shows that they're gonna bring. They'll call me up, so that'd be great, because then I will prepare and I'll make me like a performance act. I'll do some poetry, put on my jester hat, uh, learn how to stand on my hands and legs for a little longer, and just do the whole jester thing. Cause that's who I am. I'm the jester that dances through time and space. Woohoo! Yeah. I'm the coyote. Oh! I'm the wolfie. I'm the wolfie coyote. I don't know. Actually, I'm just an ordinary boy. Well, you know, I love to say that I'm a man, but man, it kind of like sounds like a grown, you know, like a grown thing, like an old man. It's like, I don't feel old, and I don't feel grown. I'm a kid. I'm not really a boy, I guess, because boy would be like, I don't know. Boy would be like a little bit innocent, a little bit not knowing, you know. But a kid is kind of like a kid is still open, but not completely without knowing nothing. You know, kids are smart. Boys, they're still little babies. Well, I don't know. Kids could be boys and girls. So, language is tricky, and no language is absolute. Different countries have different languages, and no language is the same. Sometimes a word in one language cannot be translated into another. So I'm pretty sure there's a language that can express what certain things that I say, but I'm using English, so bear with me. So back to the Hare Krishna. Krishna is like this blue fella, and he's a ordinary human like person. He's just like a hero. So heroes live in a mythological land with monsters and fair maidens and kings and queens. So Krishna, he slays monsters and sleeps with girls. That's what Krishna does. Well, Krishna actually doesn't sleep with every girl. He's got a few main ones, and a few just girlfriends. He got some wives and girlfriends, and who knows. So in this book there's a war going on, and the person that's fighting the war on the good side is Krishna's best friend, Prince Arjuna. And Arjuna at first doesn't really want to fight because he feels sad. The opposing force is his folk, and he doesn't really want to fight against his friends, old friends, you know. They got his teachers up there, there's a lot of people that he knows, and he doesn't want people to die. He's a good guy. But Krishna is like supposed to be like know everything because he's God, past, present, future. And he talks about it. The whole book is Krishna explaining who he is and how a person can come to know Krishna. Or we can skip the word Krishna and say God. This book is about God explaining what is, because God is not really a who, is it? God is kind of everybody is who, and everything that there is. So this book is all about that. The book is God. If he was a person named Krishna, he would explain this is who he is and how one can come to know God, how one can come to know Krishna. I guess to Christians is how one can to know Jesus, but unfortunately the teachings do not exist anymore on how one can come to know Jesus. In Christianity, Jesus is not to be known. You can accept Jesus, but you cannot really know Jesus. Because, well, you can read the Bible, you can come to know what other people write about Jesus, and you can have beliefs about who Jesus is. And some people have different beliefs. They read the same book, but they develop different beliefs about what they read. So they argue and they fight with each other, which is kind of silly. Because if Jesus is love, then whatever they see in that book is not Jesus. You know, how can one put Jesus in their heart by reading a book? How can one put love in the heart? Because it's already there. Love doesn't go away. We're born out of love. We are love. Every spiritual teaching teaches us how to see this love inside of us. Because the world is love. The world is put together by love. One atom attracts to another atom out of love. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna teaches about love, of that which is. And an interesting thing about this love is that it's non-dual, meaning that it's total acceptance. There is no aversion towards anything, any mind states, any people. There's no aversion, and there's no attraction. So it's not like this desire, you know. I can say I love my wine, I love wine, but that's not the real love. That's kind of possessive love, that's selfish love, and it's more like lust than love. But if I say I love him, period, then it's just love. So Krishna talks a lot about immortality of being, and then there is no such thing as being, and one has to sit there and be aware of totality of everything, looking at one's tip of one's nose, or focusing on the third eye, the spot between the eyebrows, and Krishna talks about that there needs to be an action, because everything is action, but there needs to be action of no action, because everything just happens as it goes. And the more when we try to control things, we're not really controlling anything, we're just going with the flow, and it's our own personal feeling that gets our ego increased by us trying to control things. So we come to the 11th chapter, and I just want to mention that bear with me not knowing what I'm reading, because I haven't read this book before, and I'm just reading it for the first time right now and talking about it, what I think about it, and not what other people think about it, because I didn't want to pollute my mind with ideas of other people. To me, this is a personal thing, and like the Bible, everybody has their own personal view of it. Like my view of the Bible is different from a lot of Christians' view. And my personal favorite part of the Bible is the Gospel of Thomas. And the funny thing is not included in the Bible, but it is beautiful. And one day I'll come up here and talk about it, because I love it so much. So this is a teaching called The Vision of Krishna's Totality. And I guess that means that Krishna, meaning God, or in Buddhist term we would say Dharmakaya, truth body of truth, is all that there is, including past and present and future, and our thoughts, and all that there isn't, meaning all the possibilities of thoughts and thoughts, all that there is, meaning in total totality. Dharmakaya is truth, and the truth is this, and the truth is that, and the truth is neither, and the truth is both, and truth is something else. So totality of everything there is, we're gonna call God. And funny thing is that this totality, like, is everywhere. This God is everywhere, everything, in each particle, this universe, everything is connected. So inside ourselves, if you look at it, everything that you know exists in your mind. It is the mind that creates concepts and everything else, and creates awareness, creates being, not being. But I'm not sure if not being. Well, if not, I think awareness can be in being, and awareness can be in non-being. But if there's no awareness, what is there? Well, there's emptiness, yeah. But then there's emptiness. There's still awareness of emptiness. So, can there be a state of mind with no awareness? I don't know, because well, if there's a mind, that the mind is aware of itself. But anyways, let's read this chapter. Maybe we're gonna get some questions answered. This chapter is called The Vision of Krishna's Totality. So it has to do with the vision, how we see things. So let's read how to look at God, what to see God as. Arjuna, the prince. This book is in kind of a dialogue thing. It says this: to favor me, you revealed the deepest mystery of the self, and by your words, my delusion is dispelled. I heard from you in detail how creatures come to be and die, Krishna, and about the self in its immutable greatness. Just as you have described yourself, I wish to see your form in all its majesty, Krishna, supreme among men. If you think I can see it, reveal to me your immutable self, Krishna, Lord of Discipline. So here Arjuna thanks Krishna for all the knowledge that he gave him in the previous chapters, because Krishna did talk about a lot. And he says that Krishna's words made a lot of sense to him, and they do. And a lot of what Arjuna thought about the world came to pass because Krishna opened a different way of seeing life. So instead of seeing life end at death, Arjuna started seeing life as continuous cycle. And Krishna is in control. Krishna is Krishna. So that's what he heard from Krishna, how great is the existence, and how there is no such thing as death, because there's always a process of evolving, of moving. Thus, we have a discipline. A discipline is a way to know God. Discipline is a way of knowing Krishna. According, Krishna talked about this by being really basic. He says, well, if you have discipline, you're doing it. If you want to have discipline of knowing Krishna, then instead of fighting about arts and crafts and learning about different skills, go out into wilderness when there's no one's gonna bother you, and sit there and become aware of your awareness, and just keep your awareness on your awareness. Let the mind settle on mind, put the mind on mind, and only through mind, only through self can you know this transience, that you can know the God, because then your mind will melt, your ego will melt into the collective awareness, collective mind, collective everything. And that's like Krishna, because Krishna is nobody but you. You're just not aware of it. Christ, Krishna, Christ, does it matter? It matters to all the religious folk. That's why, it gives them a reason to go around killing, to conquer. Because that's what religion is. It's a conqueror, yeah. That's what I mean, yeah. To conquer other people who have a different God. You gotta kill them and put them into fear and make them believe into your God. So instead of saying, oh, praise be Krishna, they get to say, praise be Jesus. I don't know. Sounds crazy to me, but this is the reality in which we live in. And it's been like this for quite a long time. But not always, because the ancients, like Lao Tzu and Buddha, and the ancients, they talk about their ancients, the past lives, where people were living in harmony and unity, and everybody was enlightened, and there was peace on earth, and it wasn't about being competitive. It wasn't about conquering others. It was about joining hands and dancing in the celebration of life. But the life was pretty harsh. It wasn't that easy as we have right now. There was no phones. It was like, you want to talk to your friend, you have to travel for a week through the jungle, through the prairies, through the forest. But that's the beautiful part about it. Have you ever traveled through the forest for a week? I haven't. I'd love to. It's wonderful. Spending some time in the wilderness is glorious. So Arjuna, he says, all right, man, thank you for everything that you talked to me about. But can you please tell me more about who you are? And Krishna is like, to Arjuna, Krishna is a person. So and also a god. So I'm really interested and curious of what Krishna has to answer. Lord Krishna, Arjuna, see my forms in hundreds and thousands, diverse, divine, of many colors and shapes. Here he says that as you look around you, all you see is forms. Different forms, different shapes, different colors. All of those is God. If you want to know God, look around you. See God in everything. See the sun gods, gods of light, howling storm gods, twin gods of dawn, and gods of wind, Arjuna, wondrous form not seen before. So here he goes a little more into surreal realm and talks about not just form, but talks about the wind and the sun and the light and the spirit world and the forces that pull people together and separate people, forces that make us do things. Uh, that's also God. That's also Krishna. Arjuna, see all the universe, animate and inanimate, and whatever else you wish to see, all stands here as one in my body. So here he says, everything that exists, alive and moving, and everything that is sort of doesn't exist, not alive, not moving. I'm not exactly sure what is meant by inanimate, because animate means moving, and inanimate not moving. So I presume like a rock. At the sweat lodge, the medicine man, he called the rocks grandfathers. It made a lot of sense. They were way here before us. They are our grandfathers. So I presume that when Krishna says about inanimate, he is talking about something like the grandfathers, the rocks. And believe you me, those rocks are alive and they talk and they're real. uh, so whatever is there, that's all Krishna, it's all God. But you cannot see me with your eye. You cannot see me with your own eye. I will give you a divine eye to see the majesty of my discipline. So here he says that all that there is all me. But no man can see the totality of everything. No man can see it with no, come over here. Come over here. No? My friend, no one, Asia. Hey, come up here, talk to me. Okay. Guess they're busy doing something. So, yeah. You can see forms, you can see reflections of Krishna, reflections of God. You know, God is reflected in everything there is. But to see God as God is, can't see it with your ordinary eyes. That's why if you practice the discipline, if you get into the stream and flow down the stream of meditation and yoga into the ocean of consciousness, of all there is, you get yourself a different eye. You get a divine eye, and then you could see and become aware of God. Sanjaya. Now this guy, Sanjaya, he is actually, the story, this book, the Bhagavad Gita, is a narration spoken by Sanjaya. He was talking to the king about what he witnessed, and the conversation between Arjuna and Krishna is witnessed by Sanjaya. And Arjuna is a prince, so Sanjaya is talking to a king about this conversation. So in the book here, Sanjaya says, "O king, saying this Krishna, the great lord of discipline, revealed to Arjuna the true majesty of his form. It was a multiform, wondrous vision with countless mouths and eyes, and celestial ornaments, brandishing many divine weapons. Everywhere was boundless divinity containing all astonishing things, wearing divine garlands and garments anointed with divine perfume. So I guess after Krishna said this, Krishna opened up Arjuna's celestial eye so he can see Krishna as Krishna is. And in the story, Krishna is a blue fella, human like. But when Arjuna's divine eye opened, Arjuna saw Krishna as the totality of all there is. And he saw him as all the gods and all the people and all the aspects of archetypal aspects of divinity. He saw it all into just four. In one form, he saw all other forms. In the light of 1,000 suns, if the light of 1,000 suns were to rise in the sky at once, it would be like the light of that great spirit. Arjuna saw all the universe in its many ways and parts, standing as one in the body of the God of gods. Then, filled with amazement, his hair bristling in his flesh, Arjuna bowed his head to the God, joined his hand in homage, and spoke. So yeah, it just says that Arjuna, he saw the totality of God as every form that could ever be, as all the worlds that are. It's all because Arjuna saw it with the celestial eye. He could actually see it. In ordinary eye, we can only see one form, but I guess with celestial eye, we can see how the interconnectivity of everything. Because then in one being, you can see all other beings. Well, Arjuna says this: I see the gods in your body, or God, and hordes of varied creatures, Brahma, the cosmic creator on his lotus throne, all the seers and celestial serpents. So in his vision, Arjuna saw all the beings that could be, and not just ordinary beings, but divine beings like Brahma, the cosmic creator, and Vishnu and Shiva, which are like not like gods, because the life as it is, this what we know of started with a Big Bang. All right. Before the Big Bang, what was? Well, there was definitely something. 'Cause, yeah, everything doesn't have a beginning, and it doesn't have an end. So, it's just a continuation of a cycle. In the beginningless beginning, there was only that which is. And that which is in this book we call Krishna. I see your boundless form everywhere, the countless arms, bellies, mouths, and eyes, Lord of all. I see no end or middle or beginning to your totality. So here Arjuna says that in the wholeness of that which is, there are no boundaries. there is only everything, limitless, boundaryless, infinite, without beginning or end, or middle. It's just only one, and it's as vast as space, just empty space with nothing in it, just vast. I see you blazing through the fiery rays of your crown, mace, and discus, hard to behold in the burning light of fire and sun that surrounds your measureless presence. So, all that there is appeared to Arjuna as bright. It was very clear. You know, when things are kind of dark, they're hard to see. But when there is natural good light, it's easy to see. That's why most cameras, you need the flash, right? You need the light to take pictures in the dark. But when there's beautiful day outside, take a normal picture, you don't need no flash or nothing, and it looks better than the picture with flash. Expensive flash. Even a really cheap bad camera can take a really beautiful picture in natural light. So Arjuna saw Krishna in his natural beauty as clear lighted perception of totality of all that there is, without any boundaries, and thus it can not be measured. You are to be known as supreme eternity, the deepest treasure of all that is, the immutable guardian of enduring sacred duty. I think you are man's timeless spirit. So here Arjuna, being a human, he is a little bit overcome, overshook by this vision of totality. He doesn't really know what to make of it. So he thinks that that the Krishna is man's timeless spirit. Well, what drives you and me? I think that it would be spirit. The desire to do. This spirit, is like it's what gives us energy. When you are depressed, you are called of low spirit. It's like when you have low spirit, you don't want to do nothing. You don't take pleasure in life. You're kind of down and feeling sad for yourself. But when you are of high spirit, you want to create, you want to go dance, you want to sing, you want to make love. You're of high spirit. So this spirit essence, which makes man go towards a brighter future, Arjuna says is Krishna. He thinks that it's Krishna. And Krishna is the person that protects those that want to know Krishna. The sacred duty is us being aware of our awareness. The road towards enlightenment. The sacred duty is said by my first teacher, Jerry Anderson, in very simple words, which are a little bit strange, and I didn't understand them at first, but now that I read this book, they make much more sense. He said this: You gotta do what you gotta do. You know, end of conversation, you know, end of story. You gotta do what you gotta do. That is a sacred duty. You gotta do what you gotta do. I see no beginning or middle or end to you, only boundless strength in your endless arms. The moon and sun in your eyes, your mouths of consuming flames, your own brilliance scorching this universe. So again, Arjuna says that what he sees is totality without boundaries. So there is nothing that a man's mind can grasp, can get a hold of, can contemplate, because there is no beginning, there is no middle, there is no end, there is just totality. And it is bright. It is not dim. It is up there, clear in your consciousness. Look at your mind. Feel yourself become aware of what that which is. My sound, your feelings, what's going on, your eyes, your senses. It's all there. It is who you are. It is very clear to you. You don't have to be deceived. You don't think that you hear me. You do hear me. You don't think that you're feeling. You do feel. It's clear. It's not shady. And Arjuna says, it scorches the universe. It just burns it brightly and forcibly. Because can you stop? Can you stop being aware? No. You can stop listening to me, but you cannot stop hearing. You can go deaf, but then you'll just hear silence and you'll still be aware of it. So, I see no... I read that already. You alone fill the space between heaven and earth and all the directions. Seeing this awesome, terrible form of yours, great soul of three worlds, great soul, the three worlds tremble. So, all that there is Krishna, and three worlds, I suppose, well, it could be past, present, and future, or it could be heavenly world and the world of, well, there's seven world, earth and man, heaven and earth, and then there's the man, but it's not, you can't say really man as a world. Not exactly sure what is meant here by three worlds. But the three worlds, they tremble because if you think about it, there's movement. Nothing is still. And the movement is kind of trembling. There's a vibration going on. Everything vibrates on a innate level. Nothing is permanent. It's only impermanence. The only thing that doesn't vibrate is the emptiness, which is like God, because emptiness and form are indivisible. Emptiness is form, form is emptiness. Gari gari parasamgari bori soha. Throngs of gods enter you. Some in their terror make gestures of homage to invoke you. Throngs of great sages and saints hail you and praise you in resounding hymns. So, gods and goddesses, they know of the totality, and they live in totality, aware of totality. So they use totality. And sages, men who know, and saints, men who are pure. They know of totality, so they worship totality. They sing and praise totality. Bhakti yoga. You know, when you go to church and say, "Praise be Jesus, Hallelujah," that's you're praising the totality. When you go to Hare Krishna temple and you say, "Praise be Krishna, Hallelujah," you're praising the totality. When you go into Buddhist temple and you sit and be quiet and you aware of, you turn your mind on that which on mind, you're praising the totality only through a silent song. Yeah. Well, poetry is good. Howling storm gods, sun gods, bright gods, and gods of ritual, gods of the universe, twin gods of dawn, wind gods, vapor drinking ghosts, throngs of celestial musicians, demigods, demons, and saints, all gaze at you amazed. So, all the forces of the universe, they're all incomparable to the glory of God. Everything is only a tiny fragment to the totality of God, of emptiness, of limitlessness, of infinity. Everything that is, every mind state there is, every force in the universe there is only a tiny fragment of everything. Because everything is only is one, and it's huge, and it's without the beginning or end. It's not just this universe, there's many universes, and it's all one. So, seeing the many mouths and eyes of your great form, its many arms, thighs, feet, bellies, and fangs, the worlds tremble, and so do I. So when we look, perceive the awesome power of that which is, we are amazed that this is so great, it's so big that we tremble before it. Because that which trembles is an ego. The ego, who you think you are. Because if you really drop what you think you are, then you're becoming just R. And R is a group thing, like a we are. So to know Krishna, you gotta drop the self, ego. Thus you know the Krishna self, the totality. But as long as you keep yourself as me, I, you look at Krishna as something big, vast, separate, like big God. I know, who am I to the God? Hey, I'm a part of God. That's the truth. This is all not to be taken completely literally. This is a poem. This is a pointing out to that which is, and how to be, and how to perceive the world. It's really beautiful, but a lot of people don't see that. They only look at it as a historical book. Like a lot of people look at Bible as historical book. And the Bible, well, it is partly historical. But if you go into the essence of Bible, called Kabbalah, everything becomes really different. Because Kabbalists, they go into the meaning of things instead of the things as they are, instead of thinking about the meaning, they got this whole um, teachings on how to perceive things, based from also the totality of God, and up there, God has, I think, 72 different aspects of. They divide it vertically. And God has this force, this feminine force, that is called the Holy Spirit. In Christians, I suppose it can be called. It's kind of the Shimusha, Shimuha. I don't forget. So, Vishnu, seeing you brush the clouds with flames of countless colors, your mouth agape, your huge eyes blazing, my inner self quakes, and I find no resolve of tranquility. Oh, okay, let me read this again. Vishnu, seeing you brush the clouds with flames of countless colors, your mouth agape, your huge eyes blazing, my inner self quakes, and I find no resolve or tranquility. So, interesting. Here, Arjuna refers to Krishna as Vishnu. Apparently, accordingly to this passage, Arjuna sees Krishna as Vishnu, who is the force that preserves. Because Brahma is the force that creates, and Vishnu is the force that preserves, while Shiva is the force that destroys. A good example of what things are or could be is holy syllable Aum. Usually said like Aum. And it's a 4-sound syllable. The first sound is A. A is Brahma. The beginning, the birth, the first letter of the alphabet. A. There comes birth of us, birth of this. And then there is Oh. And that's like Vishnu. It goes on, it preserves it, it keeps it going. Then there is which is Shiva, the end. So that's the 3 sounds. I did say 4 sound, didn't I? Well, the 4th sound is an interesting thing, because it's not really a sound of sounds, or it is actually the sound of sounds, because it is silence. It is that sound out of which Om arises, and to which it goes to. So it is the emptiness itself, the shunyata, or well, so Arjuna says that seeing Krishna, seeing reality as such a vast and big thing, it's so huge, it's beyond his, it's like too much for him to handle. He can't find peace in that. He can't relax into this totality. It's too much. So he cannot find no tranquility. Seeing the fangs protruding from your mouths like the fires of time, I lose my bearing and I find no refuge. Be gracious, Lord of gods, shelter of the universe. Yeah, it's too much for him. all those sons of the blind king, Dhritarashtra, all those sons of the blind king, Dhritarashtra, come accompanied by troops of kings, by the generals Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and by our battle leaders. Rushing through your fangs into grim mouths, some are dangling from heads crushed between your teeth. As roiling river waters stream headlong towards the sea, so do these human heroes enter into your blazing mouths. Well, this is an interesting sight. So Arjuna sees with his divine eye that Krishna opened for him. All these warriors that gathered in battle, they all are being devoured by Krishna. So all those battles is being eaten by time. You know, time conquers all. Krishna is time. Krishna is Vishnu. Vishnu is preservation. Time flows forward until time ends. And when time ends, a new time will begin. But until that moment comes, if it does come, you know, the universe, it expands and then contracts, supposedly. Because it did start to expand, so and we do know that there is no beginning. So it had to contract before it expanded, and before it contracted, it expanded before, as there is no beginning. But Krishna sees everything goes through time. Everything passes. Time eats everything. All the heroes, all the good stuff, all the bad stuff, everything gets eaten by time. As moths in the frenzy of destruction fly into a blazing flame, worlds in the frenzy of destruction enter your mouths. So it's not just he sees the people, his friends, heroes, enemies, and also the worlds, suns, earths, hells, heavens, universes, galaxies, everything. Everything goes is being devoured by Krishna. Everything passes through Krishna. Everything is consumed by Krishna's flame of impermanence. You look at the worlds around you, devouring them with flaming mouths, and your terrible fires scorch the entire universe, filling it, Vishnu, with violent rays. Tell me, who are you in this terrible form? Homage to you, best of gods. Be gracious, I want to know you as you are in your beginning. I do not comprehend the course of your ways. So here Arjuna says that he sees everything is being eaten by Krishna, and he doesn't understand it. He doesn't understand what he sees. He wants to know, where does it all come from? And Lord Krishna answers, I was right. I am time grown old, creating world destruction, set in motion to annihilate the worlds. Even without you, all these warriors, arrayed in hostile ranks, will cease to exist. Therefore, arise and win glory. Conquer your foes and fulfill your kingship. They are ready. They are already killed by me. Be just my instrument, the archer at my side. Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, and Karna, and all the other battle heroes are killed by me. Kill them without wavering. Fight, and you will conquer your foes in battle. That's the thing, you know. In the beginning, Arjuna he was he was a good fighter, but he was a good person. He didn't wanna fight. And Krishna says, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Your duty as a king is to protect the kingdom. These people, all these heroes, they will die. All of them, without exception. Everybody dies. Everybody is getting consumed in the flames of time. So it doesn't matter whether you kill them or, cause to me they're already dead. To time, everything belongs to time. Everything is dead. Everything is death. Because there's life. And there is no difference between life and death. Death, we're all gonna die. So, but our job is to do our duty. You gotta do what you gotta do, Jerry Anderson says. And so do I. And my job is to be right here, right now. Talk to you about that which is written in this book, that which is passes through my mind. I love sharing my experiences with you guys and girls. It teaches me how to open up myself to the world, because if I don't do that, I cannot even open up myself to myself. And that's what's sad. That's what causes misery, when we keep ourselves away from ourselves, when we don't want to acknowledge certain things within us, when we are afraid of who we are. We put tremendous effort into being somebody that we are not. And what joy is there to be if you are not? Honestly, I tell you one thing, and one thing only. To be is great. Just be. Effortlessly. Be yourself. No one is not a part of God. As long as you are who you are, your unique self, you will find joy and peace. But you cannot be yourself with effort. You can only be someone else with effort. Effortless being. This is the meditation of all meditations. Of all the meditations, the meditation is just being. Being free to be you. How great it is. There is no fear. There is no hope. There is just that which is, and it's glorious. It's beautiful and wonderful. You are aware. You, that spirit that is you, is married eternally with the awareness, which is also not, it's not somebody, your awareness. And you're also not somebody, you're just you. And awareness is just your awareness. And together is who we are. And then there's the world that we are a part of. All right, I get a little lost in this, so we're gonna go on. Here we have Sanjaya. That's the narrator of the story. Hearing Krishna's words, Arjuna trembled under his crown, and he joined his hands in reverent homage. Terrified of his fear, he bowed to Krishna, and stammered in reply. So, I guess Arjuna was a friend of Krishna all his life, but never did he see Krishna as God, and whatever he thought of God, he never saw God. He was only thinking, but as his divine eye opened for that moment, he saw Krishna as God, and he saw God as God, which is totality, and he was just speechless and shaken with fear because he felt himself so insignificantly small. So he joined his hands. He did the only thing that he could do, is bow to Krishna, bow to God, compared, because bow to God's glory, and said this. Arjuna did. Krishna, the universe responds with joy and rapture to your glory. Terrified demons flee in far directions, and saints throng and bow in homage. Why should they not bow in homage to you, great soul, original creator, more venerable than the creator Brahma, boundless Lord of gods, shelter of all that is? You are eternity, being, non-being, and beyond. So, here Arjuna starts to understand the totality of God, that God cannot be labeled as this, as that. Like God the Creator is not the total God. God that Preserver, God the Destroyer, like anything that can be conceived, everything that is conceptual is short of the glory of God. Because God is the origin and the void. It is that and this and whatever is transient between this and this, and everything that can be conceived and beyond. Om Gare Gare Paragare Parasam Gare Pori Soha. You are the original God, the primordial spirit of man, the deepest treasure of all that is, knower. And what is to be known, the supreme abode. You pervade the universe, Lord of boundless form. So here he says that Krishna is the origin, not necessarily the creator. Like you are a creator of your thoughts. So let's say the creator God would be the God that created this world out of his dream. He dreamed this world up. That's what Brahma is. Brahma is a God that's cut off, I think, is asleep, and he has a dream, and in his dream he creates this world, which is our world. But original creator would be the source of creation. So it's not necessarily, it's the source out of which Brahma is made. It's the source out of which his dream is made. It is the source out of which our own personal individual consciousness is made. So it's the source out of which our egos are made. It is a source of which our awareness is made, and that which is we are aware of. All is comes from the source. It is eternal. It is beyond form and beyond formlessness. It is measureless and boundless, and it is the absolute. You are the gods of wind, death, fire, and water, the moon, the Lord of life, and the great ancestor. Homage to you, 1,000 times homage. I bow in homage to you again and yet again. I bow in homage before you and behind you. I bow everywhere to your omnipresence. You have boundless strength and limitless force. You fulfill all that you are. So here Arjuna pays homage to reality. He says that reality is everywhere. It is in all times, past, present, and future. It is in all elements. It is what life is made out of. It is what death is made out of. It is everywhere and nowhere. It is the energy of energy. It has the power beyond power. All that is. And reality is to be acknowledged and respected. You gotta respect reality. You gotta respect reality, my friends. Because if you don't respect reality, what do you respect? Lies. And what kind of a feeling do we get when we pay respect to lies? Well, we may get some pleasurable feelings out of getting material things from lies, but our hearts are never satisfied. Our hearts are always become entrenched in the wind of desire, the wind of passion, the wind of uncompleteness, the wind of unsatisfactoriness. So respect universe, my friends. Respect reality. Know how you feel. Look at yourself. See your feelings and aware why you're feeling, what it is you're feeling. You cannot know the cause of your thoughts and feelings unless you look at them. And seeing yourself will liberate you into a happy state. That's what liberation is. Liberation is effortlessness. Because I'll just go on talking, reading the book. So thinking you're a friend, I boldly said, "Welcome Krishna, welcome cousin, friend. From negligence or through love, I failed to know your greatness." So here Arjuna says that, well, because he was growing up next to Krishna, Krishna was his buddy, his friend, he had no idea who Krishna was. I guess he says, well, maybe I didn't notice you because I loved you as a friend, and I didn't really look at who you were by thinking of you as my buddy Krishna. But if in jest I offended you, alone or publicly, at sport, rest, sitting, or at meals. I beg your patience, unfathomable Krishna. Um, Here, what it means is he apologizes. He says, "Well, I thought you were my friend. I didn't know who you were, and I might have said something stupid about you. You know how we sometimes play tricks on our friends, or our friends. We can talk shit to we can talk shit to them. We can have arguments with our friends, because we know they're friends. They'll forgive us. Sometimes our friends end up to be not such good friends, or we end up not such good friends to our friends, and friends can grow apart. But in my own personal experience, good friends, they don't really, they may have arguments. I have arguments with my friends sometimes, but my friends are still my friends, because whatever I argue is insignificant to the bond that our friendship is. Like the love I have for my friends is stronger than all the dislikes I might have. And well, I don't have that many close friends. That's why. I have a lot of friends though. Well, not, I never have enough friends. Friends, friends are important. I think the most important thing in this life is friendship. And what greater friendship there could be than when you befriend yourself? Yeah. So, if you you are father of the world, of animate and inanimate things, its venerable teacher, most worthy of worship, without equal, where in all three worlds is another to match your extraordinary power? So, here Arjuna states that Krishna, or God, or reality, however, this is a book, this is a myth, this is a story. So there's Krishna, and Krishna is like God. So it's hard to talk about God as an impersonal God and God as a Krishna manifestation of. But so Arjuna, he says that, well, Krishna is the source, and the source is and totality and all that there is. So there is nothing equal that he knows of to this greatness of everything, because everything contains everything, so everything that could be is a part of this totality. Thus there's nothing that's equal to totality in all the realms and all the conceptual places. But he's asking, well, if you are so great, I realize that, but is there something equal to you? Is there something else that is greater than you, equal to you, something that I can compare you to? I bow to you. I prostrate my body. I beg you to be gracious, worship Lord. As a father to a son, a friend to a friend, a lover to a beloved. Oh God, bear with me. So, again, Arjuna says that he respects Krishna highly. And not just as, we respect each other. He sees himself as a lowly being. So he bows to the greatness of Krishna. He sees Krishna as his father and a friend. And someone that loves him unconditionally. and he asked Krishna, or he asked God, the reality, to accept Arjuna for as Arjuna is, an ordinary sentient human being, confused and sometimes wrong and imperfect. I am thrilled, and yet my mind trembles with fear at seeing what has not been seen before. Show me, God, the form I know. Be gracious, Lord of gods, shelter of the world. So he says that he's very happy that Krishna showed him his essence, his true form, his totality. But it's too much for him. He can't stop shaking with fear because this is too big. It's beyond his he can't really be with it. It's like you're talking to a friend and then your friend turns into this giant mountain. It's like, hey, bring my friend back. This is too much for me. So he asked Krishna to come back to make him see him as this blue fella again. I want to see you as before, with your crown and mace and the discus in your hand. Oh, thousand-armed God, assume the four-armed form embodied in your totality. Well, interesting. He has Krishna to go back to his own self because Krishna showed himself with many arms and many faces, and Arjuna, as he sees every person and every god in Krishna. So it's too much for him. But here he asked him to assume his four-armed form, and I thought that Krishna was a two-handed person because in all the pictures of Krishna he always was a blue fellow with two arms, and sometimes a few girls around him. I've got a few pictures of Krishna, and yeah. So this is what Lord Krishna answers. To grace you, Arjuna, I revealed through self-discipline my higher form, which no one but you has ever beheld. Brilliant, total, boundless, primal. So here Krishna says that because Arjuna is a good friend of Krishna,
well, if that's the case,
he felt comfortable enough to show Arjuna the higher form of himself, to show Arjuna that which is beyond what ordinary eye can see. And no one but Arjuna has ever seen this.
well, hey, Mark, my phone
This
actually
this original source, the primordial energy, the Dharmakaya, in such a big vision. So nobody has seen it until Arjuna was lucky enough to witness Krishna in his high form. Not through sacred lore or sacrificial ritual or study or charity, not by rites or by terrible penances can I be seen in this form in the world of men by anyone but you, great hero. So here Krishna says that Arjuna is one lucky son of a gun, because Krishna cannot be seen and has not been seen by anyone before. And all the sages, all the great meditators, all the enlightened beings, they did not witness Krishna as Arjuna witnessed Krishna. And there's nothing that all those people could do. There's, well, actually, Krishna talks a lot about different things. But here he says, well, you can't, by studying you cannot see Krishna, and by giving things away, by generosity you cannot know Krishna, see Krishna, or by doing different rituals you cannot know Krishna, or by going through ordeals and penances and doing different things you cannot see Krishna. So he says, do not tremble or suffer confusion from seeing my horrific form. Your fear dispelled, your mind full of love. See my form again as it was. So here he comforts Arjuna and says, hey man. Oh. He says, hey man, you now seen this thing, and I know Almighty, and I know I am time itself, and I consume it all, and you see all your friends and everything that you know inside my mouth. I eat it all up, raw as it is, consume it all, time. So you don't have to see me like this no more, because I know that I'm frightening and this is too much for you, so I'm your friend. I'm gonna go back to how you know me, like the blue kid. Sanjaya, the narrator, he says, saying this to Arjuna, Krishna once more revealed his intimate form, resuming his gentle body. The great spirit let the terrified hero regain his breath. So after he told Arjuna that he's gonna do it, he did it. Krishna ain't no liar. And he became again a human-like person with flesh and blood. And here is called intimate form. And intimate meaning a form that can be known to another.
Well, I used to carry a
and if you think about God as God cannot be known, because it's too much. But if you think of God as Jesus, for example, as Jesus, God can be known, because you can talk to Jesus, you can learn from Krishna. Buddha Shakyamuni, he ate some pork and died. But Shakyamuni died. Buddha did not die, because Buddha he was not born. Buddha just is. Then Buddha, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama. Om Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Arjuna, after that, after Krishna came back to his intimate self, said this: seeing your gentle human form, Krishna, I recover my own nature, and my reason is restored. So he says, like, whew, he's like, it's about time, because I was like, you were too much, man. I could not handle you, Krishna. I was just stuck, dumb stuck in fear and fright and all, and now I'm getting my brains back to work. Now I can comprehend life. Now I can understand something, because before it was too much. Now I'm feeling like Arjuna. Before I felt like an ant. And Krishna, he says, this form you have seen is rarely revealed. The gods are constantly craving for a vision of this form. So, interesting. At first, Krishna says that no one has seen Krishna in his ultimate form. Now he says is that it has rarely been seen. Interesting. I don't understand why it is so, because if Arjuna is the first being that Krishna showed himself to as that, then first meaning first. But if this form has rarely been seen, then it has been shown before. So I don't know what to make of it. But actually, you know what? Yeah, up here I forgot one thing up here from one line, because up here it said that no man has seen Krishna in his great total form. But up there in this passage, it says that Krishna has rarely been seen, and that gods, they wanted to see this form. So I guess gods has seen Krishna as Krishna, the ultimate Krishna, but man until Arjuna, no one has seen them like that. But gods have, and that's God's crave for this. That's what makes gods happy. Gods want to see the totality of things. Who am I to know God? Which God, right? Like there's God of gods, and there's just ordinary gods. Oh. And then there's God inside of us, which might be extraordinary gods. I've met a few gods in my life. Not through sacred lore, penances, charity, or sacrificial rites can I be seen in the form that you saw me. So here he goes again, saying that no one can really do nothing no one can if you give charity, if you do penances, like go around naked for all your life, it's like a penance, make some oaths and stuff like that, or do kind of like rites, or study a lot, study of nature, philosophy, knowledge. You can't comprehend God. By devotion alone can I, as I really am, be known and seen and entered into Arjuna. acting only for me, intent on me, free from attachment, hostile to no creature, Arjuna, a man of devotion comes to me. What this means is that if you want to know the totality of reality, if you want to know God, if you want to know Jesus, if you want to know Buddha, there's only one thing that you can do. You gotta devote yourself, your mind, your soul, your spirit, who you are, the essence of your life. Look inside yourself, you gotta want it. You gotta want it and devote yourself into knowledge of that which is. And you can only know you. Everything that you are aware of is inside your mind. There's only your mind. Look at it. Only your mind is there for you. You're only aware of your mind. Everything else is what your mind creates. And your mind and my mind and everybody's mind and everything is kind of like it's like one. That's what unites us. Because it's really empty. There's nothing really there. You know, thoughts, they come and go, but the mind remains just open. It's open. So everything you do, if you do everything for reality, which is if you don't try, if you act effortlessly, if you don't put effort, if you just be yourself and look at yourself as you are, it's just not look, but really more like see, and you focus yourself, focus your mind, you put your intent on awareness, but you don't really attach to anything. You don't want to do anything, and you don't try to detach yourself from anything. You don't detach yourself from your negative thoughts or people that you don't like. Well, you can detach yourself. You're not hostile, meaning you don't wish ill. You don't wish ill to nobody, and you don't really desire to possess anything. And you devote your life into knowledge of mind, knowledge of God, knowledge of reality. You can come to know reality. You can come to know Krishna. You can come to know God personally, individually, inside your mind and heart. Thus ends 11th chapter, the vision of Krishna's totality. And it's 5:50. I got 10 minutes to talk about. And maybe if we're lucky, we can get Dave Lucas to come over and speak a few words. Represent Lucas.
What time are you doing this to?
I got 10 more minutes. So introduce yourself, mister.
Hey, I'm Dave Lucas
Hi, Dave. How do you know Chili Chill?
from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
How did you come to? How did you meet Chili? Why does Chili know you?
You know, Chili was hanging out in River West quite a bit in the summer 2006, so he became that familiar face. And then I was in there during a workshop for Locust Street Days for the Tai Chi Center. Mike Maluski, Chili Chill came up to him and he said, "Here at this school, is this really Tai Chi?" Mike was like, yeah, and I said to Chili Chill, yeah, you know, it's good here. And then I thought, I was happy for Mike. He's like, oh, I'm pretty sure Mike just made a sale there. There's another tuition right there.
Yeah.
I was
Mike,
hoping.
he cares about his tuition. I haven't paid tuition lately. I still own him.
But you're
That's
gonna
alright. Well, yeah, he's flexible. He says, you know, you gotta pay tuition on time, but I have never paid tuition on time, but I pay my tuition. Yeah. So what did we learn in Tai Chi today?
in general, or
I don't know, like we went to class, right? Class was 2 hours long. Surely we must have learned something.
yeah, for the Baduan Jin on number 7 for punches, I learned that I was starting my circle wrong. It was a bad habit from way back. And now now I know like to start it downward instead of upward or something like that. It's hard to explain. It's just a little nuance within the motion of the arm.
I think I learned the same thing because as I was doing it, he corrected me. He says, you know how you block it and stuff like that? He told me to be more like old man. And he said, you know, you see this old man? They're kind of like lazy. They don't make much movement. So he told me to sink my elbow more like, you know, sink my elbow instead of having it outwardly.
Yeah.
You know, so there's less movement. And he says, oh, you know, he says, I noticed that you kind of like half asleep doing this. I liked it. He says, like, 'cause, you know, it's like there's no need to wake up from meditation. 'Cause I was chilling, you know, when I relax my mind too. And I'm like, yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. However, right now I just had a few cups of coffee and a cookie.
A cookie?
Yep. So I'm feeling all that good energy. Goes with that.
Good energy, airy vibrations. You got a show coming up or something soon?
No, but I'm gonna get some acupuncture on Thursday. For that
Oh,
hip. I'm having a problem in my hip.
does it help? Acupuncture?
Yeah, that area of my hip that's bothering me now. A few months ago, I was getting pins in there, and every time he would go in this knotted up muscle, and it would wiggle a bunch of times.
Really?
I'm like, yeah, that's good. You know, there's oxygen getting through the cells where normally it's just a tight muscle where nothing gets in there.
Where do you get your acupuncture?
Oh, from Shalom Healing or Dr. Robert Fox on Locust Street.
Yeah, I heard he accepts insurance.
Yeah, he does got a Western medicine and an Eastern medicine background, so he can do insurance.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I see him myself too. He's a friend, so you know, we try to look out after good people. Robert Fox is definitely a good guy. He even works with people who have no money or no insurance. He gives them discounts.
Yeah, he's open to doing the sliding scale thing, because I figure if he figures if you help someone out later on when they get back on their feet, they'll remember and appreciate it and come back to you.
Yeah. Oh, have you met this cat up
Here
here?
comes the other David, yeah.
Yeah, here comes the other David.
Every time he sees me, he says, "Hey, Dave."
What do you say?
I said, "Hey, that must be the easiest name for you to remember, hey?"
Hey, man.
Yeah.
All right,
You wanna
let's-
sit up here and talk for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, come on, sit down. No, you can sit, Dave, if you want to. I'm done.
Dave and Dave.
Yeah. Dave and Dave.
So what's the subject for today? Hello, River West.
The subject is peace and love and universal harmony.
I think that'll happen no time soon. But
I
it will
think it's
happen.
already here, man.
It'll be one person left,
Yeah.
and
Well,
they'll love themselves.
So when one person is left, there's no, it's like then you can love yourself. Otherwise, it's like you always like
unity.
because man, it's like you're sitting here, man, seeing that foam in your can is like, why is the can foaming? It's like, always fight. No, I don't think so. No. I'm just saying that usually we always find something imperfect in others. It's like no matter how much you love your wife, something in her will drive you mad. Something will piss you off.
Well, what did Young say about that? I thought it was. It's either don't quote me on this, but if you look up Carl Jung, and I think it's called projection, where you see the lack in other people. I mean, lacking yourself in other people. So you'd be like, oh, that person such and such is being an asshole. Well, you would know because you've exhibited the same behavior to a T.
So you only
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of times you get mad at someone for something, and then you realize you kind of do the same thing. So it's like that reflection thing.
That's like all that's
That's a good time to have compassion, I think.
yeah, because you gotta have compassion on yourself.
You know it's gonna take you patience for that attribute.
Dave, come sit up there, because you cannot be heard. Yeah, come on, both of you, like Dave and Dave. There needs to be one Dave here, another Dave somewhere there.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's the whole idea of the transpersonal. I think that's the whole idea of the transpersonal. What do you call that? Understanding is that the psyche, well, the mind, is not different from anyone else's. The mind in its totality is no different. And now I'm not saying the brain, I'm not saying the chemicals, I'm not saying anything else. I'm saying the thing that interprets, the thing that gives identity, the thing that gives purpose.
I'm not sure about identity. Identity, we kind of make our own identity.
We do, but the mind itself.
Awareness is not our identity.
Right. Awareness, how you filter the awareness, that whole process and the whole thing that sparks that process is exactly the same for everyone else.
Intelligence, like just basic intelligence, right?
Well, we got a brain and then we got a mind. The mind imagines, the mind conceptualizes, the mind
moves.
Yeah, it does plenty of things, but the mind, his mind, Dave's mind, your mind, and my mind, at its point of process, or the beginning of all its processes, are exactly the same. Because you're breathing right now, he's breathing right now, I'm breathing right now. It's all exactly the same. It has to, in the mind, I'm saying, not the brain, I'm saying the mind. It's all purpose driven for the same thing.
Yeah, I'd like to add to that. Well, there's also a notion of like when things are put on autopilot, just you have a certain response to a stimuli. Sooner or later, that's kind of on autopilot. You don't even have to really think about it. Like the car's coming, I'm gonna get out of the way.
Unconsciousness.
You just
subconsciousness.
You're just It's just more like neuromechanical responses.
That's all.
Common sense.
That's all behavior, though. That's all conditioned behavior.
You don't even have to have your mind there, but the mind was there along the way of achieving that training.
In that process, it's exactly the same for every person that ever receives training. You know what I'm saying? The mind creates the processes that allows the brain to interpret intelligence, to learn.
It's possible that could go without saying, and then we could just focus on the differences of individuals.
Right. And then if we focus on the differences of individuals,
then
we'll find that there are universal differences.
There's the danger of modern psychology.
Yeah.
But what about animals? Don't they have a mind as well? Just the same as mind as we
But they don't have the same purpose. Or
What do you
is
mean
it to
purpose?
live? The purpose to live.
Yeah.
The
Survive.
purpose to live, survive, and develop.
We got the same feelings
We all
as
have
we
the
do.
same mind.
They have jealousy.
Because we are
they have
animals.
love.
We are animals. We're animals. This is the first premise. Is
Why
that
do
we
we have
are
to be animals?
animals.
Why can't we be beings?
But we also have neocortexes,
What
which
that?
is something that an animal doesn't have.
Neocortex?
Something that a primordial animal doesn't have.
Yeah, only
Like if evolution is true, then if man came from monkeys, why do we still have monkeys? Are they just retards or what?
Yeah, the neo-
Are they just retarded? Like they just won't evolve and shit?
neocortex doesn't that help us with language?
Conceptions, math, geometry, projections, imaginations, probabilities. What's that? When you look into the future, not predictions, but estimations and all sorts of funny stuff.
Oh, sort of funny things.
But hey, this is what I mean. To find out, I mean, even to ponder these things means that you're an awakened being because you're trying to figure out what you don't know,
Curiosity.
and don't stop doing that.
Is there an end to this? When you find out,
You find out what you don't know.
Is there peace?
Yeah. When
Well,
I think I don't know if it's totality, but I feel like I for sure believe that just the understanding of the processes will help you understand the universality of the human condition. That it's
So-
everywhere, and it's omnipresent.
Omniscience.
It's everywhere. It's happening all day in every place on the planet. Animals. I don't know about insects, but I mean, but definitely animals.
Hey, everybody, everything.
Yeah, trees even develop and grow and spread.
I was talking to some Indian folk, Native American folk, and they told me that a lot of
By the way, shouts out to the Native Americans. I see they doing their thing big at Summerfest this upcoming weekend for Indian Summer and powwow. We being
the
on
powwow, the big
powwows.
powwow, Indian summer.
That's what's up. Shouts out to the Ojibwe, Potawatomi, Apache, so far and so forth.
All the tribes, all the tribes. Also, let me plug this up. At State Fair Park, this weekend there's gonna be a Growing Power conference. Over 200 speakers on different growing things. You know, how to grow organic, good food, different techniques, and whatever has been found out in recent years. It's gonna be a big conference. Over 200 speakers at State Fair Park this weekend.
Well, check that out. Check that. Also, check out, like Summerfest grounds. Like I said, shouts out to River West Radio. Shouts out to River West Video. Shouts out to Center Street Days. Shouts out to Milwaukee
Center Street Days. This Saturday, Center Street Days.
You gotta be there.
The days are confused for so long. It's not true.
even though it's only one day long, we still call it days because it's the other.
Hey,
kind
I'll
of-
be partying until 12. I don't know about you.
You'll step out there.
I'm gonna be volunteering burning wood. They told me there's people needed to burn wood day and night. Oh, yeah, 6 o'clock. It's time to rock.
6 o'clock.
On this word, Chili Chill out of here. Dave and Dave.
C'est la vie.
Adios.